Magic Television News on Channel 38, Facebook and YouTube channel. First, the main points there inside the news. Government of Salone, through the Ministry of Internal Affairs, together with the National Drugs Law Enforcement Agency, don't join other countries then at the world for member this year United Nations International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. The Executive Director for UNO dossier, inside 2024, all over the world, now about 331 million people then use drugs and but 63 million is say suffer from drug use. As Maristops Salon they celebrate 40 years of operation, the Director of NGO Affairs, now the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, Eric Masale, described Maristops as one of the leading NGO na Salon, and self say the institution is say don't they contribute for reduce the die where belle woman, combra and under 5 pikin there be don't they die in the country. And Magistrate John Mansofona don't send one 29-year-old Usman Ba go na the correctional center for where it thief one Samsung Galaxy phone where cost 4,800 new leons. That's not be the main points there. Now the full news with me, Esther Wilson. The Chief Justice of Salone, Justice Komba Kamanda, don't receive one delegation from the West Africa's Asset Recovery Network. OSAI talk about the commitment there for first financial crime them. For more on this, make we join Magic TV Edward Nyake.
The Chief Justice inside chamber na Shaka Stevens Street na Freetown, 24th June 2026. His Lordship Honorable Justice Komba Kamanda received one high-level delegation from the Asset Recovery Interagency Network for West Africa. During the visit, the Chief Justice reaffirmed the judiciary in commitment for support the establishment of a comprehensive asset recovery and management framework na Salone. The delegation comprised Mr. Moy Nadie, the Director General for Senegal National Recovery of Criminal Assets, and President of Orinoa, Madam Kadiatu Lasanga, Permanent Secretary for Ariwa, and Mr. Charles Ballet, the Assistant Permanent Secretary for the organization. The delegation be led by the Director for the Sierra Leone Financial Agency, Mr. David Bobo, and during the court's visit, the Chief Justice emphasized the need for robust legal and institutional framework for deter perpetrators who cause financial crime, terrorism financing, money laundering, and other transnational organized crime them. E carry on for say, therefore establish one strong system wey no go only prosecute offenders the integrity of the justice system. Justice Komba Kamanda continue for highlight the importance of one continuous capacity building for judicial officer them, where he note say the judge them therefore equip them with the requisite knowledge and skill for do effective adjudicate increasingly complex financial crime cases. E carry on for say the need for put both local and international training opportunity for judge them and judicial officer them. He said them for learn other jurisdiction, understand emerging trend them, and familiarize themselves with evolving law and best practices in asset recovery and financial crime investigation. The Chief Justice also recommended the establishment of one specialized register across West Africa and one exclusive handle asset recovery and related financial crime matter them. It carry on for talk say the judiciary for help with specialized register we go enable efficient management, proper record keeping, and expeditious disposal of case them. We be the talk about the significance of asset recovery. The Chief Justice continue for stress on conviction not only they always deliver complete justice, but unlawful acquired assets will remain at the possession of the offender or their associates. where he be dey explain the purpose of the visit. Mr. Moi Nadia, wey na the president, tok say the network dey work together with the establishment for strengthening the asset recovery and management framework right across Africa. E continue for tok say the initiative dey seek for enhanced regional cooperation and secure international support from key stakeholders dem wey include the judiciary. Mr. Nadia explains that Ariwa don establish for facilitate collaboration among states dem for fight against money laundering, terrorism financing, corruption and other forms of transnational organized crime. Dem be done the meeting outside dem share commitment for put track per cooperation among institutions wey involve asset recovery and reinforce efforts wey go aim for combat financial crime across Sierra Leone and wider West African region. For Magic TV News, Edward Nyakederi.
Magistrate John Mansofona don send one 29-year-old Usman Ba go na the correctional center for where police say e thief one Samsung Galaxy phone wey cost 4,800 millions. For more on this, make we join with court reporter Aisha Kagbo for the report.
One 29-year-old Usman Ba don get 6 months na prison after Magistrate John Mansofona na Palembod Court No. 2 be sen ten ce am per one count charge of stealing larceny wey dey against Section 2 of the Larceny Act 1916. The court say Sunday 17 May 2026 na Susan's Bay Western Area Freetown, Usman Ba thief one Samsung Galaxy phone wey cost 4,800 millions wey na one Musa Jalok get am. When dem read and explain the charge give am, he admit say na true. The prosecutor, DPC 18235 Kebi K. Toronka, tell the court say the facts na so exactly the offense happen. He still tell the court say this na the first time where the accused don commit offense. Usman Ba, wey no be get lawyer for represent am, beg the court make dem show am mercy. Na in judgment, Magistrate Fona tok say although this na im first offense wey Usman Ba commit and im beg for mercy, the offense serious, so im sen ten ce am to 6 months na prison, and im order say im go serve all the 6 months without any reduction. For Magic TV court update, me na Aisha Kabo dey report.
The government of Salone, through the Ministry for Internal Affairs, together with the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, don join other countries dem at the world for member this year United Nations International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking on the theme World Drug Problem, Persisting Issues, New Challenges and Innovative Responses. Edward Nyakederi gets more and go now reports.
June 26 na day wey the United Nations be put aside for celebrate World Drug Day. And every year, world can celebrate this day for raise concern about drug and illicit narcotic drug them. And the issue don't turn a serious problem na the world, and Salone, one part of the country them, where according to BBC and other media hosts them, don't turn transshipment center for drug and narcotics. Inside this year's celebration, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, one of the institutions where they in charge of drug control and narcotic substance them. The celebration been get this year's theme when a world drug problem, persisting issue, new challenges and innovation response. The celebration will bring together the Minister for Internal Affairs, AIG Mori Lengo, the Deputy Minister for Health, Professor Senesi, and other stakeholders them who they help for tap drug issue na Salone. The Executive Director for National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Chief Andrew Kaikai, inside in welcome address, been welcome everybody and talk about the institution in success.
To you all, the warmest of welcome to this national commemoration of the United Nations International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. Your presence here today is far more than an expression of courtesy. It is a powerful demonstration of our collective determination as a nation, as a community of partners to confront one of the most serious threats to public health, public safety, and national development in our lifetime. We are honored by your attendance. We are encouraged by your commitment, and we are strengthened by your solidarity. Ladies and gentlemen, as we gather here this year under the global theme, the world drug problem, persisting issues, and innovative responses. Again, the theme for this year, United Nations World Drug Day, is the world drug problem, persisting issues, and innovative responses. This theme captures both the reality of the challenge we face and the direction our response must take. It reminds us that the world drug problem remains persistent, evolving, and increasingly complex, demanding not only commitment, but also the innovation in how we prevent, treat, and combat it. Mr. Chairperson, for when leaders gather, when institutions unite, when communities speak with one voice, and when nations stand together in common purpose, no challenge is beyond our collective capacity to overcome. Ladies and gentlemen, throughout history, societies have been confronted by threats that undermine human progress and weaken the foundations upon which stability are built. Today, among those challenges is the growing menace of illicit drugs and substance abuse, a menace that destroys lives, fractures families, fuels criminality, productivity, and robs nations of the energy, creativity, and promise of their young people. It is therefore fitting that we gather here not merely to celebrate, commemorate an international observance, but to reaffirm our shared commitment as nations. A commitment to prevention over indifference.
The Deputy Minister for Health, Professor Senesi, talked about the importance of health to everybody and what the ministry they do for help government and this particular faith. He carry on for talk about how the rehabilitation center will look like and what are some of the challenges them with government and other institutions and they get for pull some of them drug victims here come on treat.
And it is an honor and privilege to join you today as we commemorate the United Nations International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking, commonly called the World Drug Day. And on behalf of our government, I commend the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency led by my brother, the Minister of Internal Affairs, and all those stakeholders that have put their resources and commitment to addressing one of the most pressing public health, social, and environmental challenges facing Mama Salon at the moment. And the theme for this year, World Drug Problem, persisting issues, new challenges, innovative responses, is particularly relevant as Sierra Leone continues to confront the growing threat of drug and substance abuse, especially among our young people, as has been alluded to, who are the future leaders of today and not tomorrow. Today is our responsibility to protect them. I'm very happy that Dr. Bauer has really pricked our conscience and all the other speakers have said it. Today is not only a day of reflection, but also a call to action. It is an opportunity to renew our commitment to prevention, treatment, rehabilitation, recovery, and reintegration. And I was appreciative for what my brother said. The first day we entered the rehab to the young compatriots to Hastings, we had that issue of withdrawal syndrome. And we are considered the health of this country. I had to do the needful. I thank you very much for acknowledging that once a doctor, you're always a doctor. And when the situation arises, no blame game, just jump into action. And I thank our government, I thank our private sector, especially the pharmaceutical sector, Mr. Imakuri of the City Pharmacy and others jump to action and make sure that we have the needful medication to calm our compatriots. We thank you very much for that. And thank you, Mr. Jaya, for mentioning that we do what is necessary. Whenever the challenge arises, we rise up to the challenge. And ladies and gentlemen, drug and substance abuse is not merely a law enforcement issue. It is fundamentally
The Minister for Internal Affairs, AIG Morilengo, when I been a keynote speaker, start for tell thank you to all the institutions them where they help on this fight. It carry on for talk about the ministry effort for help combat the drug business in the country and encourage all man for joining participate so saloon and bad name and drug go down. The community, the society and everybody gets involved for play.
Minister of the Fresh, Dr. Celesti.
All this they be, the Executive Director for the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime say, inside 2024, but 331 million people they use drugs, while 63 million people they suffer from drug use and drug disorder around the world. Monica Juma talk this and other thing them, where in be they give his statement for mark the International Day against drug abuse and illicit trafficking.
Everywhere, in the harm it causes, the violence it unleashes, the healthcare gaps it exposes, and the millions of lives it erodes. In 2024, 331 million people used drugs, 34% more than a decade ago, while 63 million people were suffering from drug use disorders worldwide. Among them, too many still cannot access the treatment and care they need, especially women, young people, and the most vulnerable. And still, the drug market itself is rapidly evolving. Critically, the illicit synthetic drug market is expanding, becoming easier to manufacture and harder to detect, while moving closer to consumer markets across all regions of the world. The number of new psychoactive substances on the global market has reached a record high, with some being highly potent and extremely harmful. Organized criminal groups are in turn adapting, shifting away from plant-based opiates towards synthetics with global consequences. The cocaine market, meanwhile, continues to set new records as traffickers search for new routes, new methods, and new vulnerabilities to move their product and meet growing demand. These persistent challenges and the evolving threats require us to rethink and readjust our responses. We must strengthen cooperation by sharing intelligence faster, coordinating joint operations more closely, and pursuing drug traffickers in the digital space. We must use data, science, and technology to anticipate and respond quicker to emerging drug threats. We must invest in alternative livelihoods as well as prevention, treatment, and recovery-oriented harm reduction. Above all, our response must remain anchored in the international drug conventions and relevant international law, human rights commitments, and the spirit of multilateralism they embody. On this International Day, let us confront the world drug problem together, guided by our collective responsibility to build a safer, healthier, and more dignified world for all of humanity.
TV Live News, where they can see you live on Channel 38, Facebook and YouTube channel. The chairman for the Committee of Experts, na the Regional Maritime University, RMU, and Senior Permanent Secretary, na the Ministry of Transport and Aviation, Sierra Leone, Reverend Edward Kwame Yangsin, don't call for urgent reform as way for put more efforts and money inside the RMU, so the university go able meet the new demand them, where they come for the global maritime industry. For more on this, make we join Fudia Bangura for the reports.
The chairman for the Committee of Experts at the Regional Maritime University, RMU, and Senior Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Transport, Salone, Reverend Edward Kwame Yangsin, don't call for urgent reform as way for put more effort and money inside RMU, so the university go able meet the new demand them where they come from the global maritime industry. He talk this na the opening ceremony of the 35th Board of Governance meeting of RMU wey be happen this Biente na Nuga, Accra, Ghana. He say RMU for update and improve in course them, learning facility and infrastructure go match with the modern developments them na maritime safety, technology, sustainable shipping and the blue economy. Kevin Yangsi praised the university management for introduce new course them inside blue economy, maritime law and postgraduate program, plus for improve reshare and partnership with maritime industry, but he still points out lack of enough funding, poor infrastructure in colon member of states them for work more closely together and ensure say all country get fair access to maritime education. He also expressed concern say Sierra Leone gets only 4 students where they currently study in RMU and go before for encourage more investment inside digital learning, research and innovation. In same way so call for strong partnership with the maritime industry, sustainable financing system, scholarship program and student exchange program for give more students opportunity. Reverend Kainsi and the talk for Colon, Board of Governance and member of country them for support the proposal reform them. So RMU will continue for go as one of Africa in leading real-time education and research institution. And in own talk, acting Vice Chancellor Dr. Jethro W. Brooks Jr. reports say the university successfully completed 2024-2025 academic year under peaceful atmosphere despite operational challenges. It explains say frequent electricity blackouts, water shortage, forced the university for carry out work and drill 5 boreholes for solve water problem. And say them also buy more bunks bed mattress, lecture hall furniture and ICT laboratory equipment for meet the increasing number of students. According to her, the new Identify and Fix Maintenance initiative don greatly improve campus condition and reduce complaints from the students about accommodation. Outgoing CRC President Seth Natibi Adamu mentioned achievements like better campus lights, student learning registration, career mentorship program, sports development, internship opportunity and strong academic support. Instead, students still they face challenges them like overcrowded classroom, small library space, lack of learning material and shortage for scholarship and financial assistance. In big management board for address them issue. For Magic Television use for the Abanguade.
Maristopes Salon don launch their 40-year celebration. Usai the Director of Non-Government Affairs NGO na the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, Eric Masale, described Maristopes as one of the country leading NGO and say the institution don't contribute serious one for reduce the die wey belle woman, Kumbra and under 5 pikin dem be don dey die na the country. Make we join Fatima Sise for the full story.
Maristopes na international health delivery institution wey start operation na North London inside England and the United Kingdom inside the year 1921. This international health delivery institution come na Salon inside 1986 and don help promote safe abortion wey na the way how people be dey pull belle, make people sabi and understand why dem for use contraceptive, help plan family born business and plenty other work dem wey make dem get the name the Mami Powell Body Business na Salon. From 1986 to now, Maristopes Salon don 40 years, and according to the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, where they supervise the work where Maristopes like any other NGO they do na Salon, describe Maristopes as one of the country leading NGO and one major contributor for reduce the way and manner how belle woman, Kumra and under 5 pikin dem be don dey die in the country.
If you go to the communities in almost all the districts, you will see footprints of Maristopes. Maristopes have contributed immensely to the reduction of maternal death. They've contributed to the reduction of the infant mortality rate. They've contributed also to ensuring that there is safe abortion across the board. And above all, they've contributed in providing the education that is needed in the communities for family planning, for safe abortion, for the use of contraceptives, and above all, in ensuring that there is reduction in unwanted pregnancies. So I want to say a big thank you to Mary Stokes.
Eric Masale, na the Director of Non-Governmental Affairs, na the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development. He said the institution done the help for actualize Pillar 2 of the Medium National Development Plan, where they talk about building human capital.
Mary Stokes happen to be one of the leading international NGOs in Sierra Leone, and they've contributed immensely to health system strengthening. They've helped governments in the actualization of a critical pillar as enshrined in the medium-term national development plan, and that is Pillar 2 that speaks to human capital development. And for that we say a big thank you to Mary Stokes. If today we are proud to say the principle of localization is at play, then we give kudos to Mary Stokes, because as an international organization, we can proudly say that all their staff, 100% of their staff are nationals, and a clear testament is seen a national, a Sierra Leonean, serving as the country director. Thank you very much, Mary Stokes.
Mr. Masale continues say, the reason we make Mary Stokes Salon don't they succeed with the operation as salon now because the institution they work serious one with government institution them, and government is say will continue for provide the platform for make the operation will continue for do well na the country. For confirm, waiting the Director of NGO Affairs say, but the institution in will command them where he say they all na salon people make Magic Television be talk with the first and current Sierra Leonean country director for Mary Stokes Sierra Leone, Mohamed Kaba, we take Magic TV through in journey na the institution.
Right. I started working in Mary Stokes, in 2010, August 2010. So this year will make me 16 years actually working, in Mary Stokes as a whole. But I've worked here, and this country director role is my 9th role. I've worked in of course, started here, as a finance officer, then senior finance officer, manager, and finance admin director. Then I work again in the region as a, regional finance advisor. Then I went to in Ghana, as the finance director, then Nigeria, then again in London. I worked there for about 2 to 3 years before coming back here. So for me, being the first Sierra Leonean country director, and I know the state how Mary Stokes was back then, and is to see how to rebrand. It's like I know since I joined, I haven't had any of our centers to say they have opened those centers, but rather, from 12 centers, it brought us down to 7 centers that I met. So for me, it's how can we upgrade that? Not just about the center, but it's look and feel. How are you really like when you come to a center? What can you see? Because we have worked, in different other countries, we know what we see when you walk to a center. So for me, having this kind of MS center here makes me so excited, because this is the start. And again, if you walk across some of our centers, you have seen a lot of changes that are happening, even at Ahmed Drive. We have done some rebranding there as well, like how it used to be and how is it now is completely, different, and that's the drive really.
The Mami Panwell body business na salon, Mary Stokes, inside the past year them, don dey add new service dem wey get for do with cervical cancer and plenty other one dem.
We are providing range of diversified services here, ranging from sexual and reproductive health, that we are, providing here, even services for men as well. You fall ill, you can be here. I can say taking up this role because I was in, Nigeria when I got this role as, the country director. When even I came back, like myself and my kids and my wife, all of us are actually, taking services here. So not just like the brand that, people used to have, my stopes, family planning, abortion. Yes, we are doing those things as our core, but again, we are diversified those services, cervical cancer, screening, STI, treatment, and the general medical services, because we have qualified doctors that are also seeing, clients here. So I can say is just like any other health center, these are the services that we are providing here.
The 40-year celebration been bring together plenty people from the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development, workmen dem from Slango, and plenty other one dem. And the launch of the celebration been take place na the new Mary Stopes Health Center na Lamina Sanko Street na Freetown. For Magic Television, Mina Fatima Sise will bring you the report today.
Now all that we get inside our local news basket, and now na time for talk about other country them. The death rate na the two powerful earthquakes don't reach to at least 920 people. This now according to top Venezuelan lawmaker Jorge Rodriguez on Venezuelan television. In addition, at least 3,360 people get serious injury, and people then still believe say 172 people then still trapped na the incident, according to State TV. The United States don't sanction one major gold refinery na Rwanda, and two of the executive member them as they accuse them say they smuggle mineral from rebel control area them na the Democratic Republic of Congo. Washington described them as network with M23 rebel group where command track of the DR Congo member then way be their home. The family member then of the people then where they be killed during Kenya's anti-government protest inside 2024 don't put flowers there na the barbed wire outside the parliament as demonstrations then they take the streets for mark the 2-year anniversary from where the deadly clash will happen. Police arrest 355 protesters there nationwide and block the key road them na Nairobi. Though the turnout na the capital been low as compared to the 2024 and the anniversary demonstration will be happening last year. For done the news, make a member but the main points them back. The government of Salone through the Ministry of Internal Affairs together with the National Drugs Law Enforcement Agency don't join other countries than at the world for member this year and United Nations International Day against drug abuse and illicit trafficking. The executive director for UNUDU say inside 2024 all over the world na about 331 million people they use drugs and 63 million is say suffer from drug use. Now all this we get now in news this evening, and me na Esther Wilson.